Michigan State getting ready to battle Illinois on Saturdays. We welcome you back to BTN Live. Dave Revsine, Chuck Long, and Howard Griffith. We're happy now to be joined by the defensive coordinator of the Spartans, Pat Narduzzi, who is in our studio in East Lansing. Coach, the stats say that you are the best defense in the country, number one in the nation in total D. What says the coordinator? How do you feel like this defense has performed to this point? How would you evaluate it?
You know, like I tell our kids every week, guys, it doesn't matter where you were last week, where you were the week before. It matters where you are this Saturday afternoon, and that's really all that matters. We don't talk a lot about the stats or where we are. I think we got a good football team. We got some very good football players, and our coaches, Coach Barnett, Coach Burton, and Coach Tressel do a great job coaching them on defense.
Coach, I think you guys do an outstanding job of making in-game adjustments, or really from play to play, which will qualify. How does that actually work from the feedback that you get when the guys come to the sideline? How do you do that to make it be effective?
You know what, Howard, what we do is, I'm up in the press box, and like I said, Coach Burton and Coach Tressel are on the field with those guys, and we've got a GA that's charting down everything they do every series, and then we're going to go through every play if we can, and sometimes it's, if our offense goes 3 and out, we're zipping through it, trying to get it done as quickly, hitting the high points of, hey, this is a 15-yard gain. That's more important than them running inside zone on 1st and 10, gain 0. So we'll try to get in what the problems were and how we're going to fix them right there on the sideline. So we try not to make too many halftime adjustments, but we're making, sideline adjustments after every series and talking about exactly what they saw, what they did. Hey, what if we call this versus that? And just, giving our different defenses look.
Michigan State defensive coordinator Pat Narduzzi with us here. It's BTN Live. Dave Revsine, Howard Griffith, and Chuck Long.
Coach, I've had the opportunity to see Illinois a couple of times on their offense, and I think they do a great job with their offense and the mix in their offense and all the variation that they give you. How do you see them, and does your man cover scheme help match up quicker to all the different offensive sets they give you?
That's a great question, Coach. Coach Long. We'll find out. We'll find out Saturday. We'll find out if it does. I think we can again melt our defense to whatever offense we're playing, whether it's a 2 tight end, 2 back team or a spread. But Coach Cubitt does an unbelievable job. I mean, their offense has gone from the bottom of the pack to the top of the pack, in my opinion. They've made a lot of plays offensively. They have a bunch of different personnel groupings, so they'll go from being 5 wideouts one play to the next play being in 3 tight ends and 2 backs. So we're going to see a variation of plays, and he's got more reverses and trick plays than most coaches have, and they've done a great job of really holding on to what Coach Cubitt's coaching, and I think the kids are really responding.
Coach, who would you consider as being maybe an unsung hero of what happens on your defense?
I would say both of our corners. I mean, when you're talking about being a good rushing defense, our corners in the way they can press and lock down a number 1 receiver to either side. I always tell those guys they're the unsung hero every week. If we're able to stop the run and make a team one-dimensional, it's because those guys have the ability to go out there and play the number 1 receivers, and our safeties can get involved in the run game. And I think that's the key every week. So Trey Waynes, Darquez Denard are 2 unbelievable corners, I believe, and both will play at the next level here someday. And I think those are the 2 guys that get the most credit.
Coach, we were doing some recruiting stuff yesterday, and I was looking through the history of some of your players, and obviously you have some guys on this defense that were incredibly highly rated that a lot of people wanted. You also have some who weren't, who were really under the radar guys. Darquez Denard really stood out to me. He was basically a 2-star recruit. He had no other offers of note, at least none that the websites picked up on. What do you look for in recruiting? How have you been able to build this defense with, again, some superstars and some kids that maybe weren't superstars or that not everyone wanted?
Well, probably more, there's probably a whole lot less stars. But the first thing we don't look at, Dave, is we don't look at those stars. I mean, some people recruit stars. We don't recruit stars. We care less, where somebody ranks us, Rivals got us here and all that stuff. We don't care where the Big Ten, the Big Ten Network ranks us as far as a recruiting class, which I don't know if you guys even have a ranking. But we're going to rank our players. We take our time, I think. And I think that's one of the keys is Coach D'Antonio's been always patient with kids. We'll offer guys, and then he'll tell a kid to relax, take your time. So we don't pressure kids, which sometimes we don't get them because maybe they feel like we don't want them as bad. But we're going to take our time in recruiting. We're going to get the right kids, and we're looking for character, and we're looking for guys that fit into our system. And you're looking for those guys with big hearts that have overachievers. You're looking for the guys that love the game. We're trying to investigate what the kids like, and trying to get good football players as well as good character kids.
Defensive coordinator of the Spartans, Pat Narduzzi, as they get ready for Illinois. Thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us, Coach.
You got it, guys. Enjoy the weekend.